Imagine this. Every morning you wake up with one tiny superpower. A single button that undoes the last 60 seconds of reality. Press it and the world rewinds 1 minute. Time snaps back. Only you keep the memory of what just happened. One use per day. It expires at midnight. Tiny reset. Big ripple. How would you live? Here is the promise. By the end of this, you will know how to use a 1-minute undo without becoming dependent on it. You will learn when to press it, when not to, and a simple method that turns 60 seconds into a better day instead of a loop you cannot escape. First, the mechanics. Undo returns everything to how it was 60 seconds ago. Words unsaid, money unspent, doors unopened. Your body rewinds too, but your memory does not. You keep whatever you learn. If you burn toast, it is unburned. If you send an angry email, it is now a draft again. If you stepped into the street and a horn screamed, you are back on the curb with fresh knowledge. You cannot stack uses. You cannot bank them. You cannot undo more than 1 minute. The power is small on purpose. Small is enough. Now the temptations. You could chase perfect lines in every conversation. You could gamble, peek, undo, and bet. You could say something cruel, gauge the damage, undo, and choose sweeter words. That is how people ruin themselves. A 1-minute undo is not a license to test harm. It is a chance to repair your part before harm lands. Use it to correct your own actions, not to manipulate someone else's. So when should you press it? 3 families of moments. Safety. You made a physical mistake. The pan almost slipped. The car drifted. The ladder wobbled. You caught the near miss and want to remove the risk. Press. Safety first. Integrity. You acted out of fear and it showed. You lied. You sent the snark. You took the cheap shot. Press and then choose the honest line. Integrity beats cleverness. Learning. You realized a better move inside the minute. You found a sharper opening sentence. You saw the solution a breath too late. Press, run the new play, and keep the lesson. Here is the method. 4 steps that fit inside a breath. Step 1, name the goal. Say it in your head in one plain sentence. I want a calm conversation. I want a safe kitchen. I want to keep my budget. Naming clarity is half the win. Step 2, choose the smallest change. Not a speech, not a plan. One behavior. Lower your voice. Put the phone face down. Ask one question. Step back from the curb. Step 3. Press the button. You now have the same 60 seconds again, armed with a target and a tiny move. Step 4. Lock the win. If it worked, create a speed bump so you need the button less tomorrow. Turn on send delay for email. Move the panhandle inward. Delete the shopping app save card. Put a sticky note on the door that says keys, wallet, smile. Let's run the mighty map in real scenes. Work. You are about to reply all with heat. The second you hit send, your stomach drops. Undo. Goal. De-escalate. Small change. 5-word subject. 1 ask, no adjectives. You rewrite. You save the relationship. Home. You are late and start to blame traffic. You hear yourself inventing a story. Undo. Goal. Respect. Small change. Own it. You say, I took too long to leave. I am sorry. Tension dissolves. Street. You step off the curb reading a headline. Horn blast, your heart slams. Undo. Goal. Safety. Small change. Stop, look up, phone in pocket. You cross with a full breath. Shop. Flash sale pings. You tap by. Regret flares. Undo. Goal. Budget. Small change. Add to a 2-day list. If you still want it in 48 hours, you buy on purpose, not on impulse. Conversations are where the button turns into power. You cannot control the other person. You can control the frame. If you say something that hardens the room, undo and switch to curiosity. Try one question. What would make this easier? What am I missing? How can we solve the small part today? Most heated minutes only need one honest question and a slower tone. Guardrails keep you human. No using undo to probe a confession you are not entitled to. No baiting people to see how bad it could get, and then rewinding. No replaying a kiss or a joke to squeeze it for more reaction. Treat the other person's time as sacred. Use your power to remove harm, not to farm it. There are risks beyond ethics. Dependency is one. If you start relying on undo, you will stop building the reflexes that would make you safer without it. Another is perfectionism. A 60-second editor can trap you in takes instead of presence. Let some moments be messy and true. The button is for course correction, not for crafting a movie. Here's a one-day practice, even without magic. Pretend you have one undo today. Pick a likely window before it happens. Lunch meeting, commute home, bedtime with kids. Decide now what move you will redo if needed. Then try to win without pressing it. At night, debrief. Where did you almost need it? What speed bump can you add so tomorrow is easier? There is also a weekly ritual that will compound. Every Sunday, choose one habit that causes you to reach for undo. Late emails, snaps at dinner, phone while walking. Design a 2-minute fix. Send delay. No phones at the table. Podcast for walks, phone in bag. After 4 Sundays, you will need the button far less. Finally, the paradox. The best use of a 1-minute undo is to build a life that rarely needs it. If you live by tiny resets, you will get good at tiny choices. If you chase dramatic rewrites, you will miss the inch that mattered. 1 minute is plenty to change a day when you aim it at the right lever. If you had the button today, where would you spend your 60 seconds? Name the goal, pick the smallest change, and imagine the press. Then try it without the magic. Tell me in the comments what moment you would rewind and what you would do differently when time snaps back. Want more experiments like this? Subscribe and come back tomorrow.